Hello, hello. I have no idea how to tell if anybody's here, so I'm hoping someone will let me know. I don't know. What does it say? Anybody here? Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm not sure how to tell when people get here, so I'm supposed to tag somebody, and now I can't remember who it was. I think, let's see. Is that you, Emily? Oh, hi, Wendy. Your cup's looking really good. I hope, I think if you try and scratch in a little bit of black, you'll get some of that definition. Am I yelling? Because I feel like I'm yelling. Let's see, I'm still, oh good, I'm on time, so that's good. I'm going to go over the Nightmare Cup tonight. It's all good and fun. Oh, good. Okay, I'm glad. Yay! I think that I love that look that you're trying to go for. I think that's really cool. I haven't seen the under part that way before, but I think it. Did you use alcohol inks? Because it looked like it was alcohol inks underneath. We got a couple people here. I don't know how long to wait. I'll give it a few more minutes. Emily, if you're here, you better say something since you're making me do this. Micas. Yeah, micas are great. I love micas over. Oh, I use micas for everything. I would use micas for everything if I could, but I love the Milky Way micas, which is that's kind of what it looks like underneath. There's like a thick Milky Way. Anyway, now I'm rambling because I'm super nervous. Okay, so if you're here, say hi so I know who's here. I'm going to, by the way, my name is Charlene. This is my very first live and video ever. And I'm holding Emily responsible for this hot mess train that's about to happen. I don't know why I put my computer behind me, so now every time I look to see what's going on, I'm turning my back to you, so I apologize. Okay, so we're about 2 minutes in. I think I'll wait just a couple more minutes. This is the cup we're going to be going over tonight. It's the Halloween or Nightmare Before Christmas cup. Thank you, Karen. This is, I in no way take credit for this method. I just kind of threw a few methods together and got it. Hi, Emily. Yay, I'm glad you made it. Got the kiddos down. I'm doing grandbabies tonight, so I just got them down, or him down. He's just one tonight. Anyway, so this is the cup we're going to be doing, or I'm going to be doing part of it tonight. Forgive me, please ask questions. I'll try and look and answer. There is another lady that does these a lot. Her name is Alicia, and she does one similar. But she does a big chunky glitter underneath, which is really, you can do the epoxy method and do a really thick, not a really thick, a really chunky glitter, and you'll get a really heavy shine. I really like the holographic look underneath this, because the tattoos sometimes can look kind of translucent. So you really want to put a nice layer underneath of some color. holographic if you're doing, I prefer holographic, but do whatever you want. So anyway, so this is the cup we're doing, and Emily, I didn't ship it to you yet today because I'm using it in the live that you're making me do. Anyway, so okay, we're gonna start just basically from kind of the beginning. So you guys probably know how to prep a cup, wash a cup, and all of that. So you want to do all that, and then what I do is I do it the Tack-it method. You know, all the craze. If you don't know what the Tack-it method is, let me know and I'll go over it real quick, but it's super simple. I really dig Hypnotic by Wicked Shimmer Supply for my silver Tack-it color because it's super, I don't know if you can see it in this light, but it is really holographic. It lets off a beautiful shine, the whole rainbow and all of that. La la la. So anyway, so do your Tack-it method. You want to make sure you have a nice, good, clear, clean glitter cover. If you don't, do a second. I tried a different silver and I didn't really like it, so I did do a second coat on this. I prefer to do the larger cups with these large tattoos because you can fit more of a scene on it. You can do a 20 skinny even. I've done 20 skinnies with smaller tattoos, but the large ones, you really want to go bigger. I chose this cup this time. Well, actually I didn't. The customer chose this cup this time. And because it fits in his cup holder. So anyway, so your tumbler size, you really want to check out your tattoo first and make sure, because let me show you. Don't move. Okay, so here's one of the tattoos that I've had a request for, you know, the koi fish. You can see how big these tattoos are. This is a full sleeve tattoo. You can go and get them on Amazon. I love Amazon. They come in packets like this. And you just look up full sleeve tattoo, and yeah, Corey's amazing. Emily, I love her. She, unfortunately, when I started cups, my first request was for 2 cups for people that had just found out they had cancer. So I had to match colors really quickly. And anyway, she stepped in and she was amazing. So anyway, I digress. Back to the tattoos. So you can order from Amazon. They have different packet sizes and stuff. I usually go for the big one. This whole packet was $14. And you get all of these tattoos. One of my favorites. Oh, he's so bad. I love him. I haven't figured out what to do with him yet, but I love him. He will be on something soon. Anyway, so you get some little ones. You get a bunch of big ones. You can see I have a lot of them. So again, your design, your cup size, you really just want to look at what you have and what you're trying to place where. Some people will overlap their designs. I'm not a big overlapper. I prefer to try and have cleaner lines. So this tattoo comes like this. This is what it looks like when it comes to you. Ta-da! And I have to admit, don't shoot me, I've never seen this movie. So I actually had to go to my kids and go, this is a really cool tattoo. What is it and who's important? And so they told me that Jack's important, the hand's important, Zero's important. And with that in mind, that's how I chose to cut what out of the tattoo. So that I could place it on the cup, kind of, you know, in important spots. You don't want to wrap a main character around the bottom unless you do, then I guess you can. So anyway, I have one of the things I do want to note, sorry, I'm out of screen, is sometimes like this, I got this really neat one too, Alice in Wonderland. Really love it. The only problem with this is if you look really close, it's really kind of fuzzy. So it's not a really clear picture. You know, I haven't tried it yet because I was a little bummed about the quality, but I might try it and just see how it looks. Sometimes you can get away with other stuff. You can get away with that kind of stuff. Anyway, so here we go. So we have our tattoo. We have our cup that's all ready to go. You're gonna want a bucket of water. And let me move Emily's cup so it's protected and safe. You're also gonna want, I usually use gloves. You're gonna get wet. You're not gonna get goopy. And towels, because you're gonna have water everywhere. So I have a couple of towels laid out. So the first thing I'm gonna do, and if I'm going too fast, tell me. Angie, just go on Amazon and look up temporary tattoos. Full sleeve temporary tattoos. And the one company, let's see if I have the name. One of the places that I get, that I really like them, the small ones, like this one I would put on a blue, on a teal probably. Holographic glitter looks really cool. But this is one of the I don't know how to say that. Anyway, that's one of the places that I get my tattoos from. So anyway, temporary tattoos, full sleeves, or not. You can get little ones. I got little tiny ones. I had someone that wanted tigers, and so I just got a bunch of different tiger ones, and they're amazing. The colors are amazing. Now, one of the thing, yes, my glitter is Tack-it Method, Angie. Hope I will, after the live, I will go in and get the link and put it underneath the video. This is my first live, guys, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing. So hopefully if I do something wrong or if I can't do something, Emily will, I'm sure, help me figure it out. So yeah, these are much better than water slides. I do use water slides sometimes. I use them on like the wood grains and stuff. But these are so much easier, you guys. This is like one of the reasons for this size cup, I usually charge $45 for something that has, 2 glitters and a decal. I only charge $40 for this because I feel guilty because it's so easy. So these are fabulous. I really do recommend these. Give them a shot over water slides. One thing to know is, and because I did this, when you put your tattoo on, sometimes a lot of people will put on a dark glitter. Well, a dark glitter with a dark tattoo is going to look dark. This will even, believe it or not, will look a little dark when I put it on, if I put it on dark glitter. But if you put on light glitter, it really pops. I put a red flower on kind of dark glitter, and I didn't like the way it looked, so I stripped it. And then the next day I did something similar color and I just epoxied it, and the epoxy made it pop. It was gorgeous. How many cups have I done that I don't know epoxy makes things pop? So give it a chance. Super, super easy to redo. Okay. So anyway, so here we go. First thing you want to do when you're, let's see if you guys don't want to look at me. I'm going to, oops, sorry. I'm going to point you down so you can see what I'm doing. You don't have to look at my funny face anymore. Okay, so cup, tattoo. First thing I do is I'm going to look at the tattoo. I kind of know this one because I worked with it already, but I'm going to size it up. Okay, so if I want to, I can fit quite a bit of this tattoo on here. This tattoo is just a little bit different from the one I got Emily, so interesting. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I looked at it, and then I'm kind of deciding where I'm going to put what, how I'm going to cut this. So there's a white film. You want to take that off. Now the tattoo is going to be sticky, so you don't really want to touch it, okay? You want to try and stay away from it, but you want to trim it down so that the parts that you want are going to fit on here. Like this big green guy, I don't know his name. Hopefully those of you that know this movie can help out with the name, because I don't know. I will cut him out, but since Zero is an important character, I will make sure that I cut around. So I'm just going to do that. Hope you guys don't mind watching me cut. I try and stay in the gray. And when I move around the tattoo, I don't like sharp corners because I feel like they really show awkwardly. So here I am cutting. Dun, dun, dun. Now, Zero's doghouse is important, so I'm not going to cut that out, but I do want to get his green hat all the way. So again, I'm just trimming this up, getting rid of excess. Okay, so there's my first guy. Okay, so I'm going to put him over here. Then I'm going to, what do I want to do? Let's see, let's cut this. Sorry guys, can you see okay? I don't want to cut Jack. That's his name. And I remember my kids were like really adamant that the hand is important. So I'm like, okay, we'll be careful with the hand. Okay, so going up here, we're going to go around Jack. And okay, so what I did was I'm just going to cut these 3 sections, and you'll see that a lot of times these things change as we go, because I get them near the cup and I'm like, no, I don't like it that way. Okay, so that's a second piece. Trying really hard. And then you're gonna like come up with these little extra pieces. I really recommend saving them. You know, they have little edges on these, Marley, so I just hold them by that as I'm cutting. So I try not to touch the tattoo. It's not the end of the world if you touch it, but you know, try not to. So, okay, so we're back to this one, and this one's just a little trickier because I want to get Jack in here, but I also want my pumpkins. So, there we go. Okay, so I got a little bit of Jack. We're gonna cut this off. Okay. And then we've got Zero in his doghouse and this crazy looking ghost. Okay, so this is good, I guess. Emily said making mistakes is good. I'm going to show you why you don't want to touch the tattoo. because then you'll lose little spots. See that little spot right there? That's because I touched it with my hand for too long and it pulled off. So we're just going to trim it out. Ta-da! Anyway, okay, so we've got 4 pieces. These scraps I'm really not keeping. It's a trick, Angie. I'm really careful. I try and place it. Sometimes you have overlapping, sometimes you don't. Again, that's why you want to pick the size of your cup, really with the size of your tattoo. So this is where the fun starts. So I'm going to put him here. Okay. So he's going to fit. He's going to look good. And then Jack is going to go on the other side. Yeah, okay. Okay, so you take your tattoo, okay, and I usually just kind of give it a little squish, squish. Once you put these down, they cannot be moved. So you just kind of, oh, thank you, Angie. You want to look before you place it down. I usually bend it a little bit, and then I look. Make sure he's in the right place. Okay, so then I put it down and then I press. Okay, then your water, you drizzle your water over it and rub. I really keep a tight hold on it as I'm doing it because you know how creases can come in and stuff. It can happen here. So once you put it down, you really want to hold it and mush it down really well and go all the way over. Oh, probably a really important step that I forgot to tell you about. Please excuse me. Once you do your Tack-it method and you let it dry, I clear coat it at least 3 times before I do this. Some people will put epoxy on it. This cup is really quick and dirty if you, quick and dirty, I think that was Alicia's term. It's really quick and easy, and it doesn't get, you don't have to do a whole lot of layers of epoxy. So I just did a clear coat 3 times. Okay, so you can see I've got this. Can everybody see that really well? Okay, so as you can see, this is not like a water slide. If I was doing this to a water slide, it'd be tearing right now. Okay, so I don't know if you can see how it's starting to separate up here. That means it's good to go. And I just find an edge and I peel it back. Ta-da! Sorry if I offend anybody. It's pretty freak bitchin', right? I mean, that's how easy that is. Boom shakalaka. Okay, so now that I got that one, I want to let it dry a little bit. And I'll just tap it with my tap, 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 tap. Okay. So you want to let that dry really nice. There. And it is on there. Okay, so now the second part, you don't really want to put this face down on anything now because even just that light tapping with the towel, you don't want to get texture in the tattoo while it's still wet. So let it cure before you put it down on anything. You can see there's no lines, there's no tearing, there's no nothing. So then you just turn it and you decide what's next. Which part of the tattoo do I want to do now? So I've got 0, which is another big one. But I gotta make sure I get Jack on there. So I think, and this is sometimes where you will have to like, yeah, you can use canned air to dry it, absolutely. Like this one, I'm not sure that this is all gonna fit, so I might actually just cut this moon out. I'm so glad things don't have to be perfect, right? I think I'm actually going to do that, and then we're going to figure out. Oh, I hate to cut those bats, though. Oh well, we're going to do it. We're going for it. I know the moon is really important, so we're going to keep the moon in there. We're going to keep the bats in there. We're just going to try and give a little bit of room. Okay, so all I did was cut out the house part, which I'm going to save and hopefully find a place for later. So this is going to have a little bit of overlap. Okay, so that's all I did. Now I place the tattoo there. Apply water. And really, I'm not applying that much water. I'm just dipping my hand in and just drizzling it over, then rubbing. And you kind of want to wait until you feel it move. I don't really tug on them too much. If they don't give, they start giving a little bit, but not a lot. I just apply a little bit more water and then I just pull the tape off. Ta-da! And there's the moon. So anyway, so that's what I do. I just keep going until you can see I have not a lot of room left. So this is where I start piecing together stuff like Jack. Obviously Jack has to be on here. So Jack's probably gonna go right there. That's one of the coolest things about doing these this way, is that you can choose how you want to put your design on. Obviously no two are ever the same, unless you just slap the whole thing on there. You could do that too. Is this all making sense, guys? Do you have any questions? Sorry if I'm missing your questions. I get kind of focused on what I'm doing. So again, these temporary tattoos, the colors are amazing. Now, the one thing that I do a few things differently than the other methods I've seen. I don't like really harsh lines. So once I get all of these on here and I let it dry, tomorrow morning I will go in with just a little paintbrush, and let me get this off first because I can't think and talk and rub tattoos at the same time. There we go. there he is. Okay, so we've got Jack, we've got the moon. Okay, so anyway, what I was saying is when I'm done with this, I'm not a big fan of harsh lines. So, of course, this is totally up to you guys, however you want to do it. But like this little section right here where it's all silver, you can leave that silver. I went in and did a light coating of holographic black. If like up here, if I had to cut the moon off for some reason, you can always fill in with glitter. So, I'm sorry, I missed what happened. So anyway, I just fill in the spaces with a little bit of glitter to give it just a little more flowy look instead of looking like, sometimes they can look like a patch job, like right there. Some people like it and leave it. I also don't put anything on the bottom except for my, and that's not one, except for I do my label on the bottom. But some people put tattoo all the way on the bottom. It's up to you. You can do it however you wish. So anyway, I'm going to, I don't know if y'all want to sit there and watch me finish this, but that's it. I'm going to just keep doing my, I got to get my 0 on there. Probably want to, I'm going to have to cut 0 in his doghouse out and fit him in here. So he will be over here with Jack. And then the ghost and the pumpkins I will probably cut and put around different areas. But anyway, that's it. That's pretty much all I do. And then when it dries, this is 2 to 3 coats of epoxy and I'm done. Like I said, I actually offer this for a little less price than my regular glitter cups because it's much easier. Somebody asked how I fill in the blanks. I do Mod Podge. When I have like this spot right here, once it's all dry tomorrow, I will go in and I will just do a little bit of Mod Podge and sprinkle. I literally sprinkle with my fingers just a little bit of whatever color I want. I'll use black on this. You can use orange if you want. I mean, you can use any color you want, but that's what I do. I just use Mod Podge and fill in the spots that are bothering me, that I don't like, you know, the gaps. So if you see, Emily, I just keep referring to this as your cup. This cup, which has the silver, and you can see how shiny and wonderful it is. And then this one, this was one of the places I put a little bit of black glitter and a little bit of black there and some down here. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions or if you need any clarification or anything at all, let's see if I can, sorry. Feel free to message me anytime. I try and help as much as I can. I'm pretty new. But anyway, you guys, thanks for coming to my first ever live. And Emily, I didn't die. So anyway, I got my base coat glitter from Wicked Shimmer Supply, and that's Hypnotic. And if you have questions, I'll wait a few minutes and you can ask. I will do the link to the tattoos on Amazon once I figure out how. You're a pro. Anyway, welcome to my madness. Okay, guys. All right. I will once I get this done, I'll post a picture in the group and everybody can see when it's done. This one's sold, but if you don't want to do it and you want somebody to do it for you, just kidding. They're really easy. So give it a try. Get one of the big packs of tattoos and practice and have fun. Okay? All right, guys. Have a good night.